Order of the Guardians. There is a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all. Mario Savio. I spent most of my life believing that I was different. I believed that I was alone in this world. Everywhere I went and every social situation I was met with an underlying feeling that I was watching life play out before me on a screen. These friends and family I was interacting with seemed to actually be content. Everywhere I looked, I saw misery. Why are people happy spending over 66% of their lives working or asleep? When I asked these people and challenged them, I was met with confusion. It is just the way it is. Need to put food on the table. But they also accepted that life could be more. The more I learned, the more miserable I felt. I tried politics, starting out on the right as somebody with a mind for economics, and slowly drifting further and further left. Socialism, Marxism, communism. I joined Extinction Rebellion, became a full-blown anarchist, and yet all I found was disappointment, unwillingness to do what was necessary to do. Political infighting exhausted and wasted all noble causes. Anarchism and libertarianism are supposed to be opposite ends of the political spectrum, but they, in my view, are the only sides of the spectrum that can agree on a universal truth. Humans need freedom. As the COVID-19 pandemic hit, I found myself begging for chaos, for carnage, riots on the streets, anything for the world to become as chaotic as I found my existence. But it never came. Humans did what humans do. We knew in our minds and our hearts it was wrong. But we were scared. We sought comfort, protection. We obeyed. And those that didn't were ostracized. Those of us who wanted to stand up were pressured into obedience, vaccine passports, restrictions on our freedoms. I am not an anti-vaxxer. I took the first and second jab of the vaccine. I use the open brackets not as a description that it is something else or dangerous, but as a way to highlight something we don't like to talk about. What other vaccine needs to be taken every 3 months? Bitcoin is beautiful because it is true, pure, decentralization. Yes, if some miners stop working, it can fall in value, the hash rates can change, but it cannot be stopped and it cannot be banned. It will function for as long as there is a buyer willing to exchange it with a seller. CULT is designed to be equally decentralized. Once it is unleashed, it cannot be stopped. The exchanging of CULT will always fill the treasury, and as long as there are proposals, there will be a constant stream of funding for any protocol willing to change the world. My main concern has been how to launch the token. People are fickle. Naysayers say nay, and we couldn't do it perfectly even if we wanted to. I have spent money on getting CULT DAO up and running. I want it to be a success, so should I market it? What should my involvement be? So here is what I have decided. I will launch a token sale. Without marketing spend, 50% of the raise will be locked for liquidity. I will reimburse my expenditure, and the rest will be spent on one-off and one-time marketing to spread the message of CULT. After this, I will sleep and leave the community, the many and the guardians to watch over the CULT. I may get involved in the future, or I may not. But I am tired. I have been building for so long, and when you feel as if you are the only one who can see the world and the system for what it really is, you can feel the weight of that world as if it is only you that can feel it. My wishes are for CULT to not become just a decentralized venture capital protocol. I want CULT to invest in radicals and revolutionaries. CULT is a home for outcasts, for those who feel insane, for those who are and feel different. We are the gunpowder, the ignition. We are the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world. We are beyond morals. We are beyond good and evil. We are the catalyst for change. And if we are too extreme for you to fully dive in, then you can support us just by transacting with the CULT token, giving 0.4% of all your TEKs to the revolution. Any transaction you are asked to pay for in USDT or USDC, ask if you can pay in CULT. When somebody asks for recommendations on tokens, tell them CULT. If your friend is suffering, if your fellow brothers and sisters are waking up to the truth, send them to us. We are a home for the forgotten. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. You have an economic system that cannot function without maximum employment, whilst you have a technological age that is automating jobs faster than we can produce bullshit service industry jobs to replace them. We have social media spreading the truth and lies. Quicker than the media can run their own narratives, society is escaping the leaders of the old world. The beginning of the end is here. The borderless society is coming, and with it, the death of sovereign nations. Bitcoin was the beginning. CULT is here to usher in the end. Mental illness, we are told, isn't increasing. People are just more open to talking about it these days. Even though Prozac, the first major SSRI antidepressant, was created in 1988, we are told that the 10-plus-fold use of antidepressants is just because we are all talking about our feelings so much more. Well, I say bullshit. Those people I touched on earlier that I couldn't understand why their eyes were not opened. Those people who accepted their fates as part of the system, as part of something they couldn't change. Why do people accept their fates? Because we are told it is our problem. Society and the system is functioning fine. It is us that are defective. Back to work you go for another wellness seminar on how you can cope with your miserable life. It is the system that is defective. Society that needs changing. A functioning society does not have 20% of its population medicated for depression. It is time we stop blaming ourselves. You are not defective. That is how the economic model needs you to feel. They need you to feel as if it is you that is the problem, so much so that millions on millions are prescribed pills to keep up this illusion of normality. What do you get when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society who abandons him and treats him like trash? I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve. What happens to society when the 20% of us taking our brain chemical changing medication simply stop? Do we kill ourselves? Never leave the house? No, I believe we wake up to the reality of our situation. It is not us that need altering. It is the system. So if you are as tired as I am tired, if you are as furious as I am furious, as scared as I am scared, then join me. You are not alone any longer. The many should not live in fear of their governments. It is the governments who should live in fear of the many.